Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo. I see you. Happy Saturday. I'm YouTube Shimmy famous now. Available in 2025. The album Dad AF. Rock on gold dust. Boost. Woman. Hi, how are you guys doing? Are you guys having a good Saturday today? Oh, I am having such a good day. It is so beautiful in Indianapolis today. And today I get to read. Yes, that kind of reading. No, I get to do all kinds of reading. Are you here for drama class, boys and girls? You find your seat, okay? Number 2 pencil. There's going to be a Scantron test at the end. We are going to discuss some drama today involving Jeffree Star. So, let's get into this video. I do have some literature that I need to read here. Not just this one today, but I have another one as well. I didn't realize there were so many memoirs of Jeffree Star out there. So, I have another book that we're going to talk about today. Here, I'm going to give you a little preview right here. You're going to have to wait and see what it is, though, but it's very apropos for what we're talking about today. But before I get into that, I need to put some hand spray on my Sol de Janeiro hand spray. Not sponsored, but I wish. It's so fantastic. It smells just like the Bum Bum cream. Put that up on your bum bum. And then the Brazilian Brazilian Kiss, is that what it's called? Yes. The lip balm is my favorite lip balm, and of course my favorite lip gloss of life, Lunar Beauty Celine, of which Sharon was kind enough to send me another one today. I just keep on I have literally 8 of these now. So throw that over there. Yeah, it landed and it made it. Before I get into today's video, though, I need to send out some happy birthdays. I need to send out a very happy belated birthday to Margie. Her birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Margie. And then I also need to send out a belated birthday to Wolf, whose birthday I think was 2 days ago or yesterday. And then I also need to say happy birthday to Jenna and to Sue today, whose birthdays are today. Happy birthday, gals. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay, enough of all that. So anyway, let's get into the drama. I hope you guys are having the best birthdays in the entire world. You deserve it. Let's get into the drama. There is so much going on with Jeffree Star. Oh my God. Okay. So, this article came out about Jeffree Star by Kat Tenberg. She's doing all kinds. She's from The Insider. She is doing all kinds of investigative research of the world. She came out with a video last week alleging a lot of things. That's big gossip that people are talking about. And then she came out with another article alleging that something to do with Jeffree Star's tweets and things like that. She put that article out, which was interesting to me because in the middle of all of this, Jeffree Star comes out with this this tweet, okay? So let me get into my tweets. Don't call in sick with the tweets, just don't, okay? Let me get first of all, before I say this, I do want to say that Jeffree Star has kind of been insinuating legal action. He put a video out today, and he talked about how, they could find IP addresses and all this kind of stuff, and that he went in and he actually addressed in his video today his life update, which, I do want to say this, okay? I feel really, really horrible for him. He found out that his dog has cancer. Jeffree, I'm really, really, in all seriousness, for those of you that have, followed me on YouTube for a long time, you know that we had a dog that had heart disease and kidney disease. It's just really, really tough to see your little guys suffer, you know? And I really felt him, listening to that part of the video, and I feel really bad. The rest of the video, the life update part, was really not that much. He did share at the end of it that he and Shane, and he said some other people got COVID, in February when he was in the Dominican Republic. He said he wasn't feeling great. Other than that, it was a piercing party and kind of a tour around the house of where he was showing updates that they were doing to the house, which just, in my opinion, it didn't look like there were as many updates going on. He was showing how they were doing the banister different and all this kind of stuff and whatever, but it didn't look to me like there have been huge major changes except for that he is redoing the vault. So he's building a new vault in his new house. And then at the very end, he talked about the fact that he has mystery boxes and they'll be announced this week. I was actually surprised. If you watch my video that I did earlier in the week, I speculated that he was going to come out and talk about how he's really been working on himself and whatever. And, you know, as I was sitting here watching this video, I thought to myself, he can't say it because he's not doing it, and he doesn't really realize the need for coming out in a video and addressing these things from the past or who he is, and so he just doesn't address it. He won't say that he's working on himself, so he just doesn't, you know what I mean? Because I don't think that he really recognizes that there's much work there to be done. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would have thought at this point, and in some kind of video, he would have said like, yeah, there are a lot of things that I need to work on about myself and whatever. He came out in the video of what he now calls the apology couch. He came out and he said that he wanted people to hold him accountable, but every instance since, when people have held him accountable, he wanted no part of that, right? So anyway, he came out and he said in the video that he talked about dating Andre Marhold, and then he also said that, addressed his fake account, which Andre Marhold has also addressed and said that it was a fake account. So I wanted to go in here really quick, hold on a second, and I wanted to see if this account is still up. I don't see that oh, here it is. Oh, the account is still up. So he was talking about, oh, it's posting up to 2 hours ago. Today's another day. Let's bless. Who needs a blessing? All jokes aside. I know this might be skeptical. 2 hours ago, he's still asking people to send him money so he can send them money. But apparently Jeffree was prosecuting this person, he said, and that legal action was being taken against this fake account. Now, I can tell you that I have an attorney in Los Angeles that I ask in situations like this, and she reached out to me without me even asking her, and she said to me, let me find her. Where's she at? Hold on a second. Where are you at? Okay, here she is. And I asked her what, you know, or she suggested what was going on with this stuff legally without me even asking, and then I kind of asked some further questions, and then this is what she said. She said, nothing is filed in LA County, just checked, and sorry, but law enforcement isn't going to get involved in a civil matter related to libel or slander, which they wouldn't. And then she said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I said, could you go into a little further explanation? And she said, he keeps on claiming that he is suing everyone. I checked to see if anything has been filed. There is no record of him as a plaintiff for any civil filings in LA County. Which maybe he's filing in another county, I don't know. And then she goes in, she's talking about his video, and she says 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Now that that is over and that person is being prosecuted, which his Instagram account is still up and active as of right now, he hasn't alleged anything that anyone would be prosecuted for. So that guy over there isn't really, I mean, it's all slander and stuff like that, but like, that would be more of a civil matter, what she is saying. 2 minutes and 45 seconds, thank God for IP addresses and law enforcement. Again, law enforcement would not be involved for a fake account that isn't posing a threat. And libel and slander isn't a criminal matter, which is what law enforcement is there for. And so she said, I'm talking about Jeffree Star's new video. I watched it when it came out this morning, and it makes absolutely no sense. Also, his whole, I'm suing everyone yesterday, again, for what? I guess he is relying on the audience being so young that they don't understand the difference between civil and criminal offenses. And so anyway, there you go. That's from an attorney that has been in practice for over 10 years. I checked her out. I have vetted her. I have seen her website. She is 100% authentic in Los Angeles County, and that's what she has to say about all this. So I don't know what's going on with all that. I do know that you can go and you can fact check for yourself. Andre Marhold's fake Instagram account is still up over there and active as of like just 2 hours ago, like I said. So there's that. But then Jeffree Star comes out with this very interesting tweet yesterday. And let me get to it. I'm in Instagram. Hold on a second. Active as of, hold on a second. He's been active, yeah, up to 1 hour ago, he's been active. So anyway, let me get into Jeffree Star's Twitter account. Okay, so Jeffree Star tweeted out yesterday, with the amount of athletes in my DMs lately, I honestly could start my own football team. Hashtag thank you next. And he has a football in there, right? All right. Okay, who's buying this? I'm not buying this, right? What is the point in putting this out, first of all, okay? That you want everybody to think that all of these major athletes are hitting you up to get into your DMs because Andre Marhold was a major athlete. He's not, okay? I don't know what world, this is where we live up in Hogwarts and we recreate fantasies and all this kind of stuff. First of all, the only way to contact Jeffree Star through a direct message is on Instagram, okay, if you don't follow him. You would have to follow him, and then his DMs are still not opened. So the only way that, like, a major football player, which is what he's insinuating, athlete, basketball player, soccer player, rugby player, whoever, the only way any of you or anybody could reach out to Jeffree Star in direct message on Twitter, okay, is by him direct messaging you first, okay, or him following you first. So he would have to be following all of these tons and tons of athletes for them to be able to direct message him. You can't just direct message him out of nowhere, okay? I fact-checked that as well. On Instagram, you can, right? But I don't think that why would he say that about Instagram? But then, and I know all of his big fans and friends out there are like, oh, he's talking about Instagram. They're hitting him up on Instagram. Okay. All right. Facts. I'd like to see some facts to that. But when I was sitting there, and it was interesting because I went underneath here and I read the comments, and it was interesting what people said. First of all, the amount of people begging for money underneath here was unreal. And actually, somebody underneath here put exactly what I thought. So let me read you a couple of them. I'm not going to read you guys the ones where people are telling you like their life story and why they need money from Jeffree Star. I feel for those people as well. But there is really, really a lot of that where people are asking for help over and over and over again. Someone said, don't go there, hun, leave them alone. They're just after you, what you can do for them. Free publicity. You deserve someone genuine. Okay, so you think like all of these major football players that are making millions of dollars a year are hitting Jeffree Star up for free publicity? Do you guys realize that in that world, no one even knows who Jeffree Star is and that he can offer them absolutely nothing, right? So I don't know what that comment is about, but there were several comments underneath here about that. Someone said, with the amount of trolls in people's DMs, we could have our own horror movie. Hashtag thank you next. I usually like you, but when random flecks of high school crap like that is shaking my head. And I agree, like, why are you saying this? Like, for me, the motive is always interesting. Like, what are you trying to achieve by this? I'm so confused. Anyway, like, what is it you're wanting people to think? That, like, basically everybody in the world wants you? That's not the case, Jeffree. I'm sorry, okay? And, you know, what's interesting to me about this is there are a lot of people out there that were, like, underneath here that were, like, that are fans of Jeffree's. Just find a genuine guy. Find a guy that will like you for you. I totally agree, okay? You have nothing that you need to prove to the world love-wise or romance-wise. Find somebody real. Stop finding somebody that looks good on film or looks good on paper or looks good for whatever ad campaign you're putting out. Find somebody that doesn't want to be in the social spotlight, right? And people will start believing that. But it's your need to validate your own level of worth to show off to people. And then I think his YouTube video today is called I'm Never Dating Again. I'm never dating again. We need to talk. Of which he only talks about that for like 2 seconds. It's not like this big thing, right? Okay. So you put out this video, I'm never dating again. And then yesterday you said that all of these football players are up in your DMs. I'm yet again very confused. So then, let me go on here. Someone said, yes, Mama Lynn, do you boo? Everyone's trying to talk SHI about you. Well, guess what? Every person does mistakes. You haters aren't perfection either. Back to you, Jeffree Star. I admire you. And it goes on and on and on. So apparently every person does mistakes. Do you do mistakes? That's probably what Andre Marhold is saying. Anyway, someone else said, I honestly hurt for you. How can you trust anyone in your life? Why are people so hateful? I pray for you and your sweet spirit. That was a very nice comment. Underneath here, more begging. Someone said the cremated football team, and Jeffree responded and said, ha, I'm done. Because nobody's really positively commenting on this, and that's the only comment that he made throughout the whole thing. He's not sending anybody any money or anything like that. But someone said, most people following seem to not be that interested in you at all. Just what they may be able to get out of you. That's sad, but that's where you have led yourself to by buying your followers. And do you want to know how a Jeffree Star stan responds? Back off, Grandma. That's really nice, isn't it? And it goes on, why does everybody come under his post begging for money? Am I missing something? Like, is it a joke or something? And someone said, because he gave away money for a minute when COVID started. He gave away money like a couple weeks ago too. I covered that on here or whatever. And it just goes on, and there's more and more of these people it's like tons and tons and tons of begging for money. But I was thinking about this when I was thinking about the whole Jeffree Star and all these people that are, all these professional athletes that are hitting him up in his DMs. Well, now, I already read to you the book, The Lonely Doll, The Life and Times of Jeffree Star, but I'm kind of tired of that book. So I decided to go to the library today and check out another book. Now, this is actually one of my, true story is, one of my all-time childhood favorites, The 100 Dresses by Eleanor Estes, better known as Jeffree Star's Vault. Okay, so we're going to get in this today, and I'm just going to read you a little excerpt, okay? This is Jeffree Star. Now, Jeffree Star in this book is Wanda, and the dresses are the boyfriends. Do you get it? Or all the people hitting him up in the DMs. Here we go. Most of the children in room 13 didn't have names like Wanda. They had names easy to say, like Thomas, Smith, or Alan. They didn't have names like Jeffrey Lynn. There was one boy named Bounce, Willie Bounce, and people thought that was funny, but not funny in the same way that Petronsky was. That's Wanda's last name, or Star, like Jeffrey. Wanda didn't have any friends except for those that she bought and gave things to and had piercing parties with. She came to school alone and went home alone. She always wore a faded blue dress, Gucci tracksuit, that didn't hang right. It was clean, but it looked as though it had never been ironed properly. And then it goes on to talk about how she doesn't have any friends, whatever. But they would surround her and they would play this game with her. And this is how the game went. Wanda, Peggy would say, Jeffrey, Peggy would say in a most courteous manner, as though she were talking to Miss Mason or to the school, perhaps. Now, imagine this, but James Charles talking to Jeffree Star instead. Okay, so James Charles, Manny, Laura, Nikita, well, basically everybody that Jeffree's ever done wrong, they're standing there and they're talking to Jeffree, right? After he just put out this tweet about the DMs. Jeffree, Peggy would say, James would say, tell us again, how many dresses did you say you had hanging up in your house? Girl, how many DMs did you get hit up with yesterday? 100, said Wanda. 100, exclaimed all the girls incredulously. The little girls would stop playing hopscotch and listen. Yeah, 100, all lined up in my DMs, said Jeffree. Then her thin lips would draw together in silence. Well, what are they like? All silk, I bet. I bet too. Yeah, all silk, all colors. It says it right here. All silk, all colors. Velvet too? Yeah, velvet too. 100 dresses, repeated Wanda stolidly, all lined up in my closet. Then they let her go. They were bored with her. They couldn't be bothered with her lies anymore and all that. But then they, of course, come back the next day because James Charles, he just hadn't had enough, okay? No more lies. But if the girls had met her at the corner of Oliver Street, they carried her along with them for a while, stopping every few feet for more incredulous questions. How many shoes did you say you had? How many DMs, girl, did you have up in there? 60. 60? 60 pairs or 60 shoes? Yesterday you said 50. Well, now I got 60. Cries of exaggerated politeness greeted this. Oh, 60. Okay. All alike, said the girls. Oh, no, every pair is different. Every one of them hitting me up in my DMs is different. Every pair is different. Oh, no, every pair is different. All colors, all lined up. And Wanda would shift her eyes quickly from Peggy to a distant spot as though she were looking far ahead, looking but not seeing anything. And then it just goes on and on and on. Those girls aren't very nice, are they? They were none of Jeffree's friends anyway. None of them, not a one of them. Anyway, that was kind of how I felt when I was sitting here. I was reading this. 100 DMs. All these athletes hitting you up and your girl, where? Okay? Now Jeffree's going to have to, I don't know. He's going to have to find, is there somebody out there, well, he did, okay, let's see, he did a reality star, that was Josie Grossi, Josiah guy, okay, then Andre Marhold, which was, I guess, kind of a basketball player, but not really. Who's next? Who's going to be the football player that he's going to have on his arm next, because they're all hitting him up. He doesn't want to date anybody, is what he says. I wish for Jeffree Star, and I make a lot of jokes and stuff like that, but I wish just for anybody, okay? I wish Jeffree Star could take an honest look at himself and do some real honest look the things inside of him that make people go away and not want to be part of that. Because, you know, it's not like these people are begging to be back in his life. It really isn't, you know. At first, it was kind of like, well, this person did this to me, and that person did this to me, and this person. But now it's a very lonely life. Okay, even in his video that he put out, it was basically him and his assistants, and I don't even know who that makeup artist was that he had with him, some friend of his. I have no clue who that person is, okay? So he is basically just like pissed off the entire beauty community. And then to kind of really shade and say there hasn't been any really good makeup. Okay, how about Rare Beauty from Selena Gomez? You know, like that wasn't something that you could review. Oh, Selena Gomez isn't good enough for you, number one, okay? Patrick Starr came out with stuff he didn't review. He said nothing in the beauty community. Again, he's shading everybody in the beauty community. Nobody cares about the Jeffree Star approved things. But, you know, being humane, I would hope that Jeffree Star could actually do some real work on himself to see why it is that sooner or later, people don't really want to be around him. People don't want to be in his life, you know? Probably because he puts off so much negative energy. And yet again, here we see another video where it's, let me show you my huge house that I have. Let me show you all the bags that are going to be put in here. Where did he sell? He said he sold 75% of his closet. Where? Poshmark? Does he have a Poshmark somewhere? I was not aware of that. But anyway, he's showing all these bags. You know, it's just, let me show you this. Let me show all these things I have, right? But basically, everybody that's in that video is somebody that you pay to be there. Like, that's sad. That is such a sad existence to me. You know, and he did say that he was going for his mom's birthday, so happy birthday to his mom. You know, that they were going to go and do some stuff, and then he tweeted out that his mom was so stoned and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know. It's just kind of it's a sad life to me. Yeah, you have like all this money, you have all this, and he'll probably make a ton off the mystery boxes, and you know, it is what it is. But it's like at the end of the day, like when do you? I mean, he's not 25 anymore. I mean, he's in his 30s. Like when do you start looking at that and say, like, you know, I want something more. Like I've achieved everything I can possibly achieve in the makeup world. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve in the music world. I have this amazing house. I have all of the bags I could ever want. You know. In what world does a bag equate to happiness? It makes me really, it makes me sad for him, you know? And I think even if you're somebody that really, really loves Jeffree Star and is a huge, you know, fan or stan of his, I would think that even for you, it would be kind of sad at this point, you know? That he really, I mean, has not a lot of people in his life, you know? And to me, I'm sorry, but what is life with the absence of love? I don't understand that, you know? Like, what is life without people to have, like, precious memories with and things like that? It just makes me sad, you know? And not memories that you can buy and all of that. Now, he is going to have a Halloween party. He did announce that, so it'll be interesting to see who comes to his Halloween party. And, probably a bunch of sellouts that are like, okay, I ain't his friend, but I'm showing up to the party because I want to see what it's about. Anyway, we'll of course cover that when that happens. So let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.